So for the configuration of smart home, first we'll design the network. Take 2911 router and rename it as ISP router, and take a switch, that is 2960 switch, and take two generic servers, one for the DNS, other for the IoT server. And take a cable modem and take a generic cloud for the WAN. Take a home gateway from the wireless devices. For the home gateway, the end devices are laptop, and the IoT devices, a webcam, window, and a siren, a lamp, door, and a fan. On the other side of the network, I will use cellular network. From the wireless devices, select central office server and a cell tower. The end devices for the cell tower is a smartphone. So this is my network design for the smart home. Connect using the connections. A coaxial cable from the cell tower coaxial to central office coaxial 0/0, and a crossover cable from central office server backbone to ISP router gigabyte 0/2. From the gigabyte straight through cable 0/1 to WAN Ethernet 6. Again from the ISP a gigabyte 0/0 to switch gigabyte 0/1. From the switch, take the fast Ethernet port 0/1 to the DNS server, and one more port fast Ethernet 0/2 to IoT server. Take a coaxial cable from the WAN cloud coaxial 7 to cable modem port 0. From the cable modem to home gateway, take a straight through cable port 1 to internet. So configure the home gateway to connect the all other devices. In real time scenario, this is how home gateway looks like. Ethernet port, LAN ports, and a Wi-Fi wireless antenna. Get into configuration tab, click on the wireless, change the SSID name to smart home, and a Wi-Fi password as a 123. In the LAN, this is the default IP address for the home gateway. In the internet, you will get an IP address from the DHCP, that is from the ISP router. So open your laptop, change the wired interface to wireless interface. So before changing, turn off your PC, change the wired interface to wireless interface, again turn on the PC. Click on the configuration, wireless, type the SSID, that is smart home, password is Azure123. In the configuration, you can see the IP address from the home gateway. Configure the other IoT devices, click on advanced and change the wired interface to wireless interface. Get into configuration, wireless, type the SSID name, smart home, and the password. Request a DHCP IP address from the home gateway. So you can see the link is connected. Do this all for the other devices. In the advanced mode, IO configuration, change the interface to wireless configuration, type the SSID name, password, requested DHCP IP address. So you can see the link is up. Do this for all other devices. Change the interface configuration, change the SSID name, type the password, requested DHCP. So you can see the link is up. For the other two devices, I will use a LAN wire, that is straight through cable, the Ethernet one, fast Ethernet. Click on Advanced, Configuration, Fast Ethernet, requested DHCP. So the link is up now, showing green button, requested DHCP. Click on the config tab, Fast Ethernet, requested DHCP. For this one, click on the config tab, Fast Ethernet, requested DHCP. So this is a configuration on the home gateway and the other devices connected to the home gateway. By using a drawing palette window, we will differentiate the networks by name. Choose some color for the network. This is a home network. Select other color for the other networks. This is an ISP servers. This is a cellular side network. By using a place node, name the networks. Please home network. This is ISP servers. This is a street network. Give an IP address for this. Type the IP address for this network, that is 192.168.25.0. So next we'll configure the ISP router. Click on the ISP router. So this is how the real-time router looks like. You can add the interfaces in these empty slots. These are the WAN ports. Click on the command line interface. Say no to configuration dialog box. Enable the router. Get into the configuration terminal. First we'll configure for the ISP server interface, that is gigabyte 0/0 interface, gigabyte 0/0. Give an IP address, it is 10.0.0.1, and the subnet mask for that IP address 255.255.255.0. Say no shutdown for the link up. So the link is changed from down to up. Now configure the cellular side network, that is for the interface gigabyte 0/2. Interface gigabyte 0/2. I'll give public IP address so it look like more real-time scenario. I'll take an IP address 209.168.201.250.225. The subnet mask for that IP address 255.255.255.224. Say no shutdown. The link is up. So you can see the link is changed from red to green. For the home gateway interface, that is gigabyte 0/1. interface, provide 0/1, give an IP address, that is 201.165.200.network 200.225, and subnet mask for that IP address 255.255.255.224. Say no shutdown, the link will get up. So you can see the configuration is done on the ISP server. All the link state is up. Exit from the router. By using place node, name the IP address, that is this side of the network, that is 10.0.0.0th network. This side of the network is 209.165.200.0th network. On this side of the network is 209.165.201.0th network. So we'll configure the ISP as DHCP. Click on the router, get in the configuration terminal, IP DHCP, excluding the IP address, that is 209.165.201.225 to 209.165.201.229, and the network pool, IP DHCP pool, name of the pool, cellular, and the network IP address 209.165.201.224, and subnet mask for this IP address 255.255.255.224. A default route for this side of the network, that is 201.265.201.225, and the DNS server 10.0.0.254. Exit out of this configuration and configure for the home gateway DHCP, that is IP. Change the network ID from 201 to 200, that is this side of the network. As you can see, that is this side of the network, 200, and give a network pool, DHCP pool as WAN clients, and the network address, change this 201 to 200.network, and the default route is this, and the default route is this link address, and the DNS server. Exit out of the configuration. So the configuration is done, the DHCP for this ISP is done. Check whether the IP address is enabled or not in the central office server. Go in the configuration, backbone, request a new DHCP. So you can see the default gateway and the IP address given from the ISP and the DNS server. This is the default gateway for the cellular side network. On the WAN, change this Ethernet cable. Click on the configuration, change the Ethernet 6 to cable, from DSL to cable, and in the cable add this port, from port and the to port, that is from the Ethernet port to the coaxial port or the coaxial port to the Ethernet port. Check the home gateway whether the IP address is received from the ISP server, that is 209 is the default gateway and the IP address from the ISP and the DNS. So next we'll configure the DNS server. Click on the server. So in the real-time scenario, this is how servers look like. Click on the desktop, IP configuration, give static IP address, that is 10.0.0.254, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Default gateway is 10.0.0.1, that is this side of the network, and the default DNS server is 10.0.0.254. Close the tab, go in the service, turn on the DNS service. For the configuration of IoT server, click on desktop, IP configuration, give a static IP address 0.253 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and the default gateway is 10.0.0.1 and the DNS server is 10.0.0.254 and the DNS server is 10.0.0.254. Click on the service tab, turn on the registration server. By using a place node, name the servers, that is 10.0.0.254 and 10.0.0.253. After the configuration of IoT server, we'll sign up into the IoT registration server. Click on the laptop, select the IoE monitor application from the desktop, type the IP address of the IoE server, that is 10.0.0.253, username is admin, password is admin, sign up for the IoE account, type the username and password and create an account in the registration server. After creating, you can check the server has username and the password. So configure the IoT devices to the IoT server. Click on the IoT device, remote server 10.0.0.253 and the username is admin, password is admin. Click on connect. Remote server 10.0.0.253, username is admin, password is admin. Click on connect. So you can see you can refresh the connection by clicking on refresh. So for this device, you find this IoE settings in the settings tab. This remote server 10.0.0.253, that is IoE server's IP address, and the username is admin and the password is admin. Click on connect. So do this for all the devices. 10.0.0.253, username is admin, password is admin. Click on connect. .0.0.253 admin and admin. Click on the remote server and type the IP address 253, username is admin, password is admin. So all the devices are registered for the IoT server. You can check. Click on the laptop, IoE monitor application, login into the application, that is 10.0.0.253, username is admin, password is admin. So you can see all the devices in the home gateway can be accessible through only one laptop. This ceiling fan you can turn on, off, so you can see the changes here. You can keep high, you can keep low, or you can turn off. For the door, you can open the door. So this is locking. If it is red, it is locked. If it is green, the door is unlocked. So for the light, you can see the changes here. You can turn on the light, you can dim the light, you turn off. For the siren, on the siren, turn off the siren. You can open the window and close the window, open the window and close the window. And click on the camera and you can see the camera. So log out. Assign the IoT server's IP address in the DNS server. Click on the DNS. Add a name, that is www.iot.org, and give an IP address of the IoT server 253 and add it. If you access through the browser www.iot.org, it is possible. Click on go. So after the configurations, all the devices to the after the configuration of all the devices to the IoT server, you can give an IoT server's IP address into DNS. So after all the configuration of the devices, you can give this IoT IP address into DNS. Just click on DNS, add the www.iot.org, type the IP address of the IoT server 0.253, click on add and save. So after configuring the DNS server, the IP address of IoT server, click on the laptop, open your browser in the desktop, web address. You can access the registration server login. You can type in admin and sign in. You can see all the devices of the home gateway. You can access all these devices from the smart home, that is outside the network, from the street network. Click on the smartphone, the desktop, and use IoE monitor application. Type the IP address of the IoE server 0.0.253. Username is admin, password is admin. Login. So you can see the devices listed from the home gateway. You can access through the cellular tower from the smartphone, that is in the street network outside this area of the home network. You can turn on the ceiling fan, keep it low or off, and you can use the webcam to see who is there at the home, and you can close the windows or open the windows. Log out. So in the Cisco Packet Tracer 7.0, you can do lot of changes, as I said. So you can change the conditions of IoT devices, such as when you open the door, the siren should turn on. That can be done by the programming language. So go in the programming tab and the main JavaScript. So you can see the program is here. You can edit the program or you can write the new program according to the requirement, and you can use. So this is how the working configuration of IoT devices and networking devices for the smart home with some gateways and servers. Thank you for watching.